Hi, my name is Carmen Drum, a mental health provider and student wellness coordinator for OUHSC. As parents, sometimes it's really difficult to know how to navigate the difficult topics and situations that take place in our world with our children, whether that's a pandemic, gun violence, an awkward developmental stage, or a hardship that the family is facing. Our children are looking to us to set the example or model how to respond to these difficult situations. So we are responsible for having an awareness to how we react, what facial expressions we have when we're talking with our children about difficult matters. Even if my voice is really calm, but I'm expressing to you that I am afraid, our children pick up on that, and it confuses them and makes them uncertain of how they should respond. And usually they're going to go with the anxiety and the fear, even if your voice is calm. It's also important to be aware of the words you're choosing when expressing yourself. Are you using words that are too complicated and difficult above their developmental stage? Those words, because they're just going over their head, are not helpful to them as they are trying to learn to express their emotions. Or perhaps you are using language that is blaming and stigmatizing, or it's harsh and loud, too intense perhaps. Or on the other end of that, maybe it's not enough. Maybe the language or way you're expressing yourself regarding a very big and very important event is very, very subtle and trying to kind of downplay what's taking place. That too is not very helpful for a child who is experiencing these complicated feelings that don't seem to match what it is that you're modeling. While we naturally want to protect our children from pain and fear, ignoring the big feelings or ignoring talking about those big feelings doesn't model that we can actually manage them. If we are trying to pretend that they aren't happening, then we aren't showing an example to our child that we can navigate them and manage them together and on our own. And sometimes the most difficult part of this is just getting the conversation started. A good place to start might be in finding out what your child knows. Have you heard what they're talking about on the news lately? Did you hear me talking with your grandparent on the phone the other night about all of the things happening in the news? What are your classmates saying about the things that are going on in our world right now? Well, how does that make you feel? What are your thoughts on that? At that point, you get the opportunity to validate their emotions. Yeah, that does sound really confusing. It confuses me too. Or, that is kind of scary. I hear you in that. What are ways that you would like to help yourself during this scary time? And then you can help talk to them about what they can actually do to empower them in their safety measures. Well, yeah, we're able to practice the social distancing, and here's why. It's really important for these reasons. And you washing your hands lately, that is important, great practice. Let's talk about how we can be even better at it. Maybe we can pick some really fun songs that we can sing while we do it. And also empowering them to continue talking about it. I like that you talked to me about this today. You know, my feelings can be really big and confusing as well. And I like that we can talk about that, even if we don't always know exactly what to do about those big feelings. That's modeling excellent self-expression and acceptance of big, difficult, complicated feelings. Overall, while we're navigating these difficult discussions with ourselves and with our children, it's so important that you as a caregiver are taking care of your self-care needs. Taking breaks when you can get them, practicing that deep breathing, allowing your child to see you coping in that way, to understand it's okay to take breaks when emotions are big. Deep breathing is helpful in calming and then addressing maybe whatever complicated situation is at hand. And also, as a caregiver, connecting with other caregivers who can understand and relate to how difficult this time is for you. Thank you for watching. We will continue to share resources to try to help support families during this time, and perhaps some activities that can be useful at home in learning how to further develop these types of conversations with your children. And then please refer back to some of the previous videos that we've provided on self-care, on relaxation techniques, on how to practice increased levels of positivity. Hopefully those can be helpful to you as well during this time, and also be great things to share with your child. Take care.